सर इट इज लाईव्ह ना आता? महेश सर
हो सर चालू.
इट इज लाईव्ह केलं ना आता?
तो लाईव्ह केलं.
जी लिंक लिंक बघतो मी. ठीक आहे, कसं बघतो ती लिंक?
लिंक तुमचं चॅनल ओपन केलं ना,
ओके,
मेन
केलं
चॅनल,
केलं.
ती वरची जी लिंक असेल ना तीच कॉपी करून घ्या.
महेश सर, म्हणजे प्रोफेसर जेवढे पण आहे ना आपले, मुग्धापर मॅडम, पूर्वा मॅडम, त्यांना एकदा होस्ट बनवून द्या ना.
हो सर.
आणि मोहिनी मॅडमला होस्ट बनवून द्या, नंतर मग तुम्ही गेलं तरी चालेल.
हो चालेल. हॅलो सर. नितीन सर.
हा सर.
हा, ते लाईव्ह मी 11:30 वाजता चालू करतो, म्हणजे रेकॉर्डिंग.
लाईव्ह परत सर, लाईव्ह केलं तर परत आपल्याला नवीन
नाही,
लिंक.
लाईव्ह आहे पण रेकॉर्डिंग म्हणते.
ओके 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 ओके.
म्हणजे युट्यूबची याची झूमची रेकॉर्डिंग 11:30
झूमची.
वाजता चालू.
ओके ओके ओके, चालेल. अदिती मॅडम तुम्हाला होस्ट बनवू का? म्हणजे थोडंसं ते चॅटवर हे कंट्रोल राहणार.
हो करतो त्यांना.
मी विचारतो त्यांना. अदिती मॅडम चालेल होस्ट बनवलं तर?
हो 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 चालेल. आणि आदिती मॅडमला आणि सर तुम्हाला मी दोघांनाही लिंक पाठवली आहे व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुप आणि याची फीडबॅक लिंकची. तर ते शेवटी ते हे करू शकतील ना चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये. आदिती मॅडम तुम्ही टाकणार का?
हो हो टाकते. किती 12:30 टाकायचं का?
हा म्हणजे आपलं वोट ऑफ थँक्स सुरू झाल्यावर त्याच्यामध्ये अनाउन्स होणार आहे वोट ऑफ थँक्सच्या जस्ट
बरं,
आधी.
मग तेव्हाच मी टाकते. ओके,
हो
ओके.
चालेल. ओके.
महेश सर,
बोला ना सर.
अदिती मॅडम होस्ट बनवा.
हो तेच कर.
जाताना त्यांना होस्ट बनवून जावा. आता तुम्ही
लिंक
host
हो हो हो. तिथे पण आता हे आता तिथं चालू केलं.
Hello, sir. We will wait more for 5 minutes and then we will start. Hello. Hello, Nitin sir.
Hello, madam.
Can we wait for 5 minutes more and then we will start?
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
सर आवाज खूप बारीक आहे.
हा सरांचा आवाज बारीक येतोय.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Hello. Yeah, madam. Yeah, welcome,
Yeah.
madam. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just we were discussing. We will wait for 5 minutes more.
Okay, sure, no
That was-
problem. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Nitin, sir. Our guest speaker, Mrs. Preeti Pandu Randive, she has joined.
Yeah, welcome, madam.
Welcome, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Welcome. Okay, madam, we'll wait.
I'm just trying to change the background. So I'm changing the background. Be
Yes. Yes. So I think sharp at 11:35 we can start.
Yes. Bhavini madam, just inform Mahesa to make the guest.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes. I will inform. मी कॉल केलाय सर महेश सरांना, ते बिझी येतोय त्यांचा कॉल. काय करूयात आपण, 2 मिनिट वाट बघूयात.
Sorry. So we are also going on YouTube Live, right?
Yes, madam. We have crossed 100 participants.
That's cool. Great.
So here I can see total participants on 100. And on YouTube also we can get the number after some time. How many have
Okay, sure. No problem. Yeah.
are watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
We are just waiting for our vice principal, Mahesh.
Okay, sure.
Once we get permission from him, then we can start immediately, madam.
Sure.
Just 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Nitin sir? Hello? Nitin sir?
Yes, madam.
काय करूयात सर, बिझी आहेत. महेश सर बिझी आहेत. Just a minute, students. We are starting soon. Within 2 minutes, we will start the session. Okay, so you have a YouTube link in chat box.
is currently busy. Please try later. आपण डायल केलेला नंबर
Hello, everybody. Can we start now?
Yes, madam, we can start now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, good morning, everybody. Again, I welcome you all. A warm welcome to everybody present on this online platform. Good things should start with prayers. So, let me say prayers. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. With these good prayers, let us start today's event. I again welcome all the dignitaries. I give warm welcome to our today's guest speaker, Mrs. Preeti Pandu. She's going to deliver our lecture, excellent lecture, and you will really enjoy next 1 hour, students. I welcome our respected, beloved principal, Madam Dr. Mrs. Suchitra Naik, Madam, our Vice Principal, Tokikar Madam, Dr. Mahesh Patil, Sir, Subhash Shinde, Sir, our coordinator, Mr. Nitin Pagi, Sir, and all my teacher colleagues and all other coordinators, and not the least, all my dear students. So I again welcome you all here. As all of you are aware that in the light of autonomy, our college has become autonomous, and this is our very first term of autonomy. So in the light of autonomy, we are marching towards new paths, new heights. And in tune with this, we are now going to start variety of value-added courses for benefits of our students so that they should do best of their capabilities in their career as well as to develop their personalities. So in view of that, today we have arranged this guest lecture in the field of data analytics to introduce our students to the new field, new world of data science or data analytics. Though our students are from commerce or arts background, they are very much capable to cope up with the changing scenario of today's business world, commerce world, and today's skill sets which are required to have better job opportunities. So with this note, I request our BMS coordinator, Nitin sir, to talk few words. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Students, just understand the importance of the data, right? What is, it is the magic we can create from that particular data. So, and the scopes, what are the things, scopes are there for the data analysis parts, right? How it can be connected to your commerce as well as for the management profile. Basically, it may be from the finance, it may be from the marketing, it from the HR, right? A single data, can create a great magic. right? These the few things which will be told. Otherwise, we had our expert, Preeti Madam. We welcome Preeti Madam for these sessions, and then it will be great session, students, and then you'll understand how the data, how the data can create a good magics, and how it is very useful in a very big corporates, right? From the Googles and everywhere. Google, it's all about the data, right? Everything they do is just because of the data, right? So with this, it will be very good sessions to all of you, and I hope everything will be fine. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. And because our principal madam is having some another seminar in the university, so she is busy with that. But she has conveyed her blessings to her in the morning only. So with her blessings, I will continue the program. Now, students, let me introduce our today's guest speaker. We are really fortunate to have such a eminent and expert speaker in this field. So we are really fortunate, and you will also feel so when you listen to her introduction. Her introduction is actually very difficult to say it or give it in brief words. It's very difficult, but I have tried, madam. So she has more than 20 years of experience in the analytics and in data science. She is trainer and consultant and has helped many companies to build their center of excellence by training their employees on the real life scenarios, setting up analytics practices, helping in hiring the right resources. Teaching is her passion, and teaching complex concepts. Listen to it carefully, student. Teaching complex concepts by making them simple is her expertise. She has conducted corporate trainings and public workshops in USA, Canada, India, Dubai, Sri Lanka, and most of the Southeast Asian countries, also like Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Philippines on analytics, machine learning, and various analytics tools like SAS, R, Python, Microsoft Azure, machine learning, Tableau, and Power BI. She has started her career as a lecturer after her post-graduation in applied statistics from University of Pune. Then she worked with companies like Ideas as forecasting and optimization expert for hotel and airline industry, and was with SAS research and development in various roles like training, manager learning and development, analytics and IP testing specialist, an analytics modeler and consultant. In a search of best fit model for her skills to start her analytics training firm, she has founded Data Science Lab in 2019. She co-founded consulting firm Data Science Lab Consulting Private Limited to help corporates to achieve success using the power of analytics. She has helped clients from various domains to monetize their data by achieving improved demand forecasting accuracy by 50% and reduce time to create forecast by 75% for manufacturing, chemical, and fertilizer companies. Built prediction models to predict next purchase for B2B e-commerce client. Built prediction model to help determine crop insurance. Designed recommendation engine for insurance brokers, and helped optimizing resources by effective rostering, resource planning, and many more. So it will go on and go on, students. So let me stop here for today. You can students, please keep your microphone on mute.
नागरिकच नाही पाकिस्तानी अफगाणिस्तान
Ranjit, please mute yourself.
Okay, so this was the introduction, and you will get its experience and her expertise through her lecture. So without taking much time, madam, over to you. You can start your lecture.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. So let me share my screen and please let me know if it is visible. You need to give me the rights to share my screen.
Yeah, just a minute. Aditi madam. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give Preeti madam to share right to share her screen?
Mohini madam, what you do, you just make madam a co-host. Then every rights will be given to madam.
Okay.
You are host now. You can just put a co-host.
Yeah.
हाँ मॅडम मी जॉईन झालोय मोहिनी मॅडम गुड मॉर्निंग
Welcome, sir. Welcome, warm welcome. I welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. Mahesh Patil, sir. Mahesh Patil, sir, we have our today's guest speaker. This is Preeti Pandhu. Just now we have finished with her introduction. So, with your permission, can we start the lecture, sir? You want to talk?
Some blessing.
हा मॅडम मी आणि टोकेकर मॅडम दोघं आहोत इथे
So,
तर
madam-
वाईस प्रिन्सिपल डॉक्टर प्रियमदा टोकेकर मॅडम टू से फ्यू वर्ड्स ऑन दिस ओकेजन
Madam, please. I request Madam to say a few words.
Yeah, I congratulate PMS department for this activity, and I have read or whatever I have discussed, I have come to know that this activity is very important from the viewpoint of all the young students, and therefore I wish you best luck, and the students should take the opportunity is for them, and they should take the advantage of this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam.
ऑल द बेस्ट मॅडम ऑल द बेस्ट
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, Mohini madam, you can continue now.
Yes. Preeti, madam, are you able to share the screen? I'm just.
It actually came for a second. I clicked and it went. So, right now I can't share my screen.
Okay. Nitin, sir, can you help me out?
Madam,
Help
as a
me out.
co-host, then every rights will be given to madam.
Actually, I'm not getting the settings.
Just click on the right hand side, and then there will be one option.
On my name, you can right click and then allow me for sharing, I guess.
Yeah.
On the more or something.
Yeah. Now I have made you co-host.
Yeah.
So just check whether you can.
Yes. Now I can.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right. So. I have to move this somewhere.
Yes, madam. We can see the screen.
All right. So good to start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much, Mohini ma'am, to you especially because you have been persistent, and since last year we have been talking about this.
Yes.
Finally, I'm here. And I'm very glad to you and all the staff members, vice principal and principal ma'am, for giving me this opportunity and helping me to reach more students. And I hope I inspire them and they can start their journey in data analytics field. So hi everyone, my name is Preeti Randive Pandhu. Ma'am has already given a very solid introduction of mine, but I thought I will also introduce myself very quickly. And also, about little bit about my company. Okay, I hope these bars are not coming in between. Are there any bars on the screen?
No, madam. No, it's
okay. Yeah,
properly visible.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I got about now almost 22 years experience into the field, and I'm basically a postgraduate from statistics from University of Pune. Ma'am has already spoken about, various trainings that I have done so far. I have also reviewed couple of books for US publication. And I'm very happy to share that, since after I started Data Science Lab training company in 2014, I covered more than, like 1,000 plus international students and around 7,000 plus students here in India, as well as, overall, online and offline both. And so I'll just take a moment to also talk about the company that I come from. As ma'am has already mentioned that, I have helped a couple of individuals, several individuals and companies to start their data analytics journey, as well as setting up their processes. And while doing that, there were a lot of consulting opportunities. So that is how, in 2019, I, along with a couple of more smart guys, we started Data Science Lab Consulting Private Limited. You can visit me on LinkedIn. So I'm going to take you through a couple of pages also here. So this is my training company website, and this is my, consulting company website. So consulting, you can see we do a lot of work in various fields, for demand forecasting, for chemical industry, for manufacturing industry. We have done so far. We have done, air staff optimization, work for one company. So I'll just go quickly to the website and then I will start. So you will see a lot of tabs out there because I just kept everything open. Yeah, so this is my Data Science Lab training company, and it offers a lot of trainings to individuals. This is the photo gallery. Just take a moment to quickly visit there, and you can see the massive work that we have done. We have done a lot of corporate trainings in India as well as out of India. You will see a lot of participants and also having lunch, having fun. So yes, so that is the massive work that we have done so far, and also the trainings of various companies that we are associated with. You can take your time to see what all type of trainings that we have done. And this is our consulting website. We work for various industries. Now, first is very important is that, being into data analytics, we are, open for all sort of industries, right? Because the problem that we can solve for manufacturing, we can solve problem for retail, we can solve problem for banking, healthcare, and so on. And I'll explain you how it is done in a short while. Before that, I thought I'll just introduce my company in a very quick way. So we help companies to solve their business problems. Okay. This is my LinkedIn profile. Please, I'll be happy if you follow me. I cannot accept more requests now. I've already gone 30,000. This is our company website. Please do follow the company sites, company group sites on LinkedIn as well as on Facebook. All right. And one quick word, I will explain what it is when it comes. Okay. All right. So that was quick about ourselves. Now let's talk about data analytics. First of all, why are we even talking, right? I mean, of course, you should not be behind, right? And the world is moving towards this. So what is really happening? Why so much of data is there? Why everyone is talking about data? I understand that, if you were from science background, you were from engineering background, you would have said that, oh, we already know this, right? But I know that sometimes, I mean, while I speak to many commerce graduates, to even we teach to MBA students, right? So we are associated with one of the college here in Pune. I'm from Pune basically, and we are part of their business analytics journey. So these things are sometimes, quite overwhelming for you. So what is happening right now in the world, in 1 minute, in 60 seconds, so many things are happening, right? Everyone watches Netflix, right? I'm sure all of you have WhatsApp, right? So just look at the numbers. So you will understand what is happening within a minute. And that will also help us to more understand what is really happening in the world, and why we say that there is a lot of data out there, and then why do we really need to look at that data, right? So I'll come to that. So let's first understand what is happening within an internet minute. And why internet? Because I'm still talking only online stuff. In actual, without internet, actually there are a lot of other transactions are also happening, right? So let's look at the what's happening within 60 seconds. So we can see about on Netflix, about 28,000 subscribers are watching some content, right? On Instagram, around 695,000 stories are shared. On Facebook, 1.5 million, scrolls are happening. People are liking something, people are writing something, they're uploading some photos, videos, etc. Right? So many stuff is happening within 60 seconds right now. As I am speaking, already this is done, multiplied of this is done, right? And think about without internet also. There are so many people are shopping, so many people are traveling, commuting from one place to another place. So many people are waiting for their train or buses or whatever, right? So there are so many transactions happening out there. And because of that massive data, which is generated, and who is generated? We all are generating, right? You and me. The moment I send a WhatsApp message to 5 my friends, I have added number 5, right? So 5 transactions added. So we all are generated so much of a data, and that data has become really meaningful day by day. Now, why is that? Because if Netflix knows that who is watching what, they can recommend people what they can watch next, right? If Facebook understand who right now is there, online watching a content or scrolling or, commenting out or uploading something, they know they can use these demographics, right? So we all are actually for them a data, right? So Preeti from Pune, age so and so, age group, Mohini ma'am from, Mumbai from so and so age group, or some of you, from so and so age group. This is a data for the companies, and what they do with that data is they try to promote, right? So when I come to Facebook specifically, I'm talking about, they would know the demography of the person, and then they will try to promote some content for me. That content could be, I want to, maybe buy something, attend something, something like that. So that, so all this data can be used, right? And we all are generating a lot of data right now. So if you look at the nature of data that has been changed, right? So as I said, it's not just internet, it's without internet also there is a lot of data. But if we also stick to internet, we'll see that it's not just internet which is driving the data, right? So we do have mobiles, which has already happened in 2010, right? Then we had this Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and whatnot. Social media has started generating a lot of data, and now we are talking about drone collecting the data, right? And even the gaming. So you have even the games that you play on mobile, right? So that also generate a lot of data about the customers, about the subscribers. So there is so much of data that has been generated, and then every data is useful. Every data is useful in our world, in our personal world. We do also keep on analyzing such small amount of data every day, right? So data analysis is a need of today. Yeah. So and the data that we are generating right now is massive. It's not even yottabyte, which is 10 raised to 24. We are talking about soon we'll be generating prontobyte of data, right? Which is 10 raised to 27. So terabyte, gigabyte is done, right? We own that now. We all of us have, at least if you are having a laptop, you would have 1 TB, data, or you have USB, then you would have that, or at least on mobile, we have some GB of data, right? Even if you are not having a laptop or desktop or anything like that. So on personally, we have so much of data. So think about the world, how much data is already there. And so there is a lot of data, and it's the gold, right? This data can generate a lot of meaning to the businesses, and I'm going to take you slowly there, what meaning I'm talking about. Yeah. Also, there is a lot of different type of data, right? So Yes, we spoke about mostly internet data because that's something everyone can quickly relate to. Yeah, every one of you, I'm sure you would have at least a WhatsApp and maybe an Instagram. And I don't have the Instagram, but I'm sure you must be having the Instagram and all that. So you understand the type of, we generate so much of data, and also this data is of a different type. Yeah, so these are not same type of data. So traditionally in the companies we would have databases, we would have ERP systems like SAP, we would have databases like Oracle, like SAS, MySQL. Yeah, so we would have a data which would be nicely written in a rows and column format, but we would also have some bit of unstructured data, something like you have a PDF file, emails, like on Facebook. Now think about just Facebook. What do you have? You write something, so you have some comments, right? You have thumbs up, you have emojis. Yeah, then you have audios. Sometimes somebody plays a song and puts the audio, somebody plays videos. So there is a lot of different type of data, even when we talk about a field like a post. Yeah, so there is so much of unstructured data, which is why unstructured, because it's not structured like rows and columns. Yeah, so it's typically different type of a data we have. Then we also have very different type of like a semi-structured data. I would say half structured, half not structured, right? So those are typically the XML files, the messages that so when we click on a website, we click somewhere and then the messages goes. So say for an example, you click on my website and send a message through the inquiry form. I will get to know that, okay, so and so person has inquired something. So I quickly get it as an email, but that messaging system is, is typically the semi-structured data. So there is so much of data, number one, and then there is so much of different type of variety of data. Yeah. And what is happening now is even enterprises are very smart, right? They are becoming very, very smart. So the reporting structure now, previously, if you see couple of many years back, probably your parents, time, the reporting would be, okay, just tell me at the end of the month, what is happening or what has happened so far. Just give me some numbers. So only numbers were required. How many people are working, how many hours they have work, how many machines are working fine, how about the businesses. Yeah, we want to know everything about the businesses. We want to know, can I just switch off my video because I see little internet issue. Yeah. So we are moving so fast, so we want to know even before something fails, what will fail, in near future. So there is a need of predictive maintenance. There is need of knowing what will happen wrong. It could be fraud detection, right? Now listen to these words carefully because I am going to use these words again in a setup of industry, right? And also what people are talking about my businesses. So if you go to a travel website like, and you want to book a hotel, suppose, right? So what you do, you try to review the hotel first, what other people are saying. Yeah. So the social media has also become extremely powerful, extremely important to understand, what is happening right now, what people are saying, what my customers are saying, are they happy or not. So the type of report has changed. It's not only limited to how many people, how many machines, how many hotels do we have, or how many customers have visited, but also like, how can we increase that? How can we make them feel better, right? How can we make their experience, the customer experience better? Yeah. How can we make sure that people are not unhappy? They don't go from here unhappy. If I'm talking about hotel, if I'm talking about a manufacturing industry, I would say that we would like to make sure that nothing fails. Yeah. So that's the requirement of the industry right now, of the enterprises right now. If you look at the 30 technologies of the next decade, And you can actually see, we are talking about artificial intelligence, IoT, Internet of Things, mobile, social internet, blockchain, big data, automation, robots, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to read the complete slide here, but my point here is it's all about technology, right? So do you think that being a commerce student, you should leave yourself behind that? Of course not, because you come with a great analytical mind. Okay, and I'll come to that point a little later, but let me tell you, there is a place for everyone, and everyone can do some bit of this. Okay, so that does not mean that everyone has to become artificial intelligence expert or machine learning expert. Not necessary, not needed, and not viable, right? I mean, it's not possible also for some of you to actually sit and do coding. So there are different ways to utilize analytics and become a part of this nice profession. So this is one of the, if you see the first line, and I will just make it bigger for you, these are the top 5 places or the technologies which are for next decade, and everywhere there is a data. So there is a data which is utilized, be it a mobile and social internet or blockchain, right? So there is a lot of data, and that needs to be analyzed. Yeah, I will always keep in mind that when it comes to presentations for engineering students, for students coming from science background, people assume that you would know coding or you need to do coding, but I'm going to tell you a couple of very simple things. Even if you do not learn coding, there are still some contribution that you can do here in data analytics. By the way, what is analytics? So analytics is science of investigation, and as I started, I just spoke that every one of us, we do some bit of analytics every time. What could be the analytics that we are doing every time? Think about it. So whether I will reach here on time or not, right? Yeah, I hope everyone is comfortable in English. I'm trying to speak as simple English as possible, and anyway I speak always a simple English. So if you have a trouble, please message me in the chat box window. I would try to incorporate Marathi and Hindi also. Okay, if I see a message out there, then I will change my language. All right, so every one of us, we try to do some bit of analysis, right? It could be something like whether I will reach to the college on time or not. Yeah, whether I would be able to pass or not. Yeah, so you analyze your situation. How much have you studied? How many chapters are remaining, right? Have you revised enough or not? So that is actually analysis, isn't it? We keep on thinking about, we keep on budgeting about. So that is actually analysis. So analytics, nothing. I mean, it's simple that we have been doing day in, day out from, from a long time. Only now, when it comes to enterprises, it's more systematic. There are certain frameworks, there are certain algorithms. We cannot just have a simple formulas like we would have formulas, in a personal life. So that's why it is, it needs to be learned properly. It needs to be, mastered properly. Yeah. Now, if you see, and this comes from Gartner, okay? So if you see, there are different type of analytics. Yeah, so analytics or insights is a journey. So if you have something, typically you would have 4 questions about your businesses. What has happened, right? So what has happened so far? Why did it happen? What will happen? And how can we make it happen? And this breaks down this complete journey of insights into 4 different pieces. So we have descriptive analytics, we have diagnostic analytics, we have predictive analytics, and we have prescriptive analytics. Now, what is descriptive analytics? As I said, what happened, right? What happened so far? So typically reports. Now, when we say what has happened, we are talking about the history. We are talking about so far. So it's all about the reports that we would generate. And, I mean, I will also give these tips in between that for commerce graduate, this is the number one. For anybody, it is the number one. But for you guys specifically, because if you want to, don't want to do coding, you should be first learning the descriptive part of the analytics. Right? So reporting, how do you make and present reports which are meaningful and which can give the decision makers some insights which they can use for making certain strategies or decisions, right? So reports, then why did it happen? It is more of like an interactive dashboard, yeah? So for an example, I mean, I'll give you an example also here. Say for an example, a fraud has happened, a credit card for fraud has happened. So from this data, from the previous data, you will get to know that, oh, yes, there is some fraud that has happened, right? Some money was transferred, from this credit card, or some purchases were done from this particular credit card. Why did it happen? Because there were no correct or enough security measures, isn't it? Yeah. Now I just said it, but how did I get to know, when it happened for the first time, or when it happened differently than last time? Why did it happen? Because of something. Yeah. Now you guys are young, so probably you might not know now, but now we have OTP and all, right? But previously, couple of years back when we used to do transactions on credit card, we would do, we would have a password as our birth date, right? Now, I know you are going to laugh here, right? Because thanks to Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, everyone is open, right? So we know whose birth date is when. That's no more a secret. Yeah. So when they saw that some fraud started happening with the birth date, they had to change it. Yeah. And now we do have this OTP system, which is on our handheld device, mobile. Yeah. Which is more secure because it's now you who is doing the transaction, and that's you who is going to put the OTP. So now we got this very good security measure. But think about, guys, it has already in place now. But when it wasn't there. They must have tried many things, right? And there were many things. There was a greed on the backside of the. So we have this something called as CVV. Then we have this greed on the card. Then now we do have the OTP and all that. So they have already tried so many things. And when they found that why it is happening, okay, this is easy to crack. This is easy to crack. So there was a lot of analysis that went behind the scene. Now, the next stage of this is what will happen next. Now, suppose that the fraud has happened, a credit card fraud has happened. It happened because there was no enough security measure. And so what will happen next? Of course, the next fraud will happen, isn't it? It might happen within few minutes, within few hours, within few months. Not necessarily the same person is going to make a fraud, but there are going to be many people in the world who would do that, right? So what will happen next is your predictive analytics. And the prediction power here comes with, understanding first all the history data, because there is now no data of future that is available. We have all the data of history available. We would analyze that data and see the patterns, that what kind of patterns are leading to frauds. And if those patterns stay in your data, there is going to be next fraud that can be coming up. Yeah, so that is your predictive analytics. Typically, we call it as predictive modeling. Yeah. And next step of that is how can we make it happen? In this case, not make it happen, right? We don't want the fraud to be happen, isn't it? So how do we, make it that it does not happen again? That is the prescriptive analytics, or the security measures that we are taking. So one of the security measure is the OTP that we know already right now. But that's where the recommendation and automation comes into picture. And when I say automation, it's a decision automation. I'm not talking about the process automation. Okay. Now, what is a process automation? A, after that B, after that C. That is the process automation. What is a decision automation? If out of, there are many possibilities. Out of these possibilities, if this possibilities happen, take this route. if this possibilities happen, take this route. It sounds like process automation, but let me tell you, it is not. That's where the machine learning comes into picture. Okay. So insights is a journey, and as I said that you require coding here, you require coding here. There are some tools without coding, they help you to do the predictive modeling and even the recommendation and automation part. But people who want the control on what they are doing and try, they always like to do the coding part of it. And of course, when it comes to open source coding, it's free, right? I mean, the open source programming languages are free, so you can learn that. But as I said earlier, that maybe you start from here, you first focus here. There are a lot of job opportunities for the business intelligence and reporting. So what is business intelligence? It comes here, right? So up to here, it is business intelligence. From here, it is more of the analytics, or more of, I mean, of course, both are analytics, but this is like, more of an advanced analytics part comes over here. Now, let me talk about what is the importance of data analytics for businesses. Now, why data analytics for businesses, right? So I've already spoke that, you can decide something, you can have a better decision making. Always the data driven decision making helps to the company, right? If you know what is happening good in your company or what is happening bad in your company, bad in the sense not happening correctly, you can take the decisions, right? So it allows you to take the faster decisions, better, accurate decisions, right? It also, and so because you have taken the correct decision, it improves your performance, the efficiency. It also helps to streamline the operations, also many times helps to reduce the cost. Now, as I was talking about predictive maintenance, you heard this word. Now, what is predictive maintenance? In a manufacturing scenario, before a machine fails, if I can tell you that this machine is going to fail, after 10 hours, so you are alert, right? You would do something about it. Yeah. So, and also if I tell you that it is going to fail after 10 hours, you will first try how you will make sure that it doesn't fail, right? It could be simple as putting the oil in the machine. Yeah, it could be very, very simple scenario. It could be very simple thing that you need to do to not it fail, right? I mean, of course, it's not all the time, but as I said, if you know something is going to happen, you can try something to change, those things. It's like, your astrology. Yeah, if somebody tells you that you are going to fail, of course, you are not going to sit there just like that. You are going to study, isn't it? Yeah, so it's something like that. Again, predictive modeling is not a magic. It's not astrology, but at the same time, it has the power to turn the tables. Yeah. So data analytics is very important to, if you know that your customers are not happy with you, try to enhance their experience, try to retain them, try to understand what your competitors are doing so that, you can come up with those strategies. And everything of this requires data. Yeah. And it's not just about always customers also, right? Sometimes it's about your own people, about the employees. Now, I understand that you guys are still studying, right? So when I say, as an employer, you might not understand, why I'm saying those, but just put yourself into the shoes, right, of a company. I mean, think about that. If you are a company, how this is going to help you, right? If you understand that, then you will understand what you as an individual can do to help those companies, right? So it's not always about which course should I do. It's not always about, okay, should I learn this coding or not? What are you going to do after that? Once you learn a tool or a coding, what is that you're going to do? You're going to solve a business problem. And what business problem? So you should first understand what could be the business problems which requires your service as a data analytics person, right? And that's why I'm talking about how data analytics is important for businesses and it can help the businesses. It also inspires innovation, right? If you already know what the world is doing, what the competitors are doing, you want to do something new about your product or service, and so the new things comes up, right? So it inspires innovation. It also helps to improve the return on investment of marketing. So there is something called as market mix modeling. So if say, just take a simple scenario, I have a shop, okay? I am a shop owner and I want to advertise my new shop, yeah? And this shop is actually some gallery, right? I mean, I have some nice gift articles and all that in my shop. How do I advertise? How do I tell people that I'm here, I'm open here, right? So you could have the pamphlets, yeah, which can go into the newspaper or stick on the wall here and there, or maybe have a small advertise, you know, in the local radio or maybe on a local cable television, yeah? So I'm thinking very small right now, right? I mean, on a very, very local level. I have a simple shop out there. How do I market my services? How do I let people know that there is a new shop out there? So I would come up with all these, you know, different marketing instruments, coming to the local radio, coming to the local cable network, putting the brochures or the pamphlets into the newspaper, or going and sticking on the wall, or, you know, in the neighborhood, just, you know. So these are different marketing instruments for me. How do I know that which is better? Is it better if I advertise my new gallery on cable TV, right? Or is it better that there are more people who read more newspaper than watch TV? Then maybe I put it in a newspaper, right? I mean, I'm talking about a pamphlet. I'm not talking about a newspaper ad. That's very big for a small shop owner like me, isn't it? Yeah. So these are different marketing instruments, and market mix modeling, yeah, is something where you need to understand which one will fetch me more customers, right? So I might decide that tomorrow I don't want to invest into cable TV network. Because it's very expensive for my business, right? There are not many customers coming by watching advertise on television. In fact, the moment there is an advertisement, people just scroll it to the next channel, right? So so that's how, you know, by understanding this, doing this analysis, understanding, you can actually make better marketing ROIs. Yeah. So that is also find the right pricing strategy. Yeah, if my competitor is selling something for X amount and maybe have a better quality than me, then I should not be selling that for more, you know, price. Yeah. So these are all the things which are very important for the businesses, and data analytics helps to take those decisions, you know, for the businesses. I hope this is clear. And of course, when we talk, you know, when there is a Q&A session, you know, you can always ask me question on anything specific from here. All right. Now let's take a broad view of business needs. So my previous slide where I just spoke about insights as a journey and this 4 level of different statistics or analytics, right? We have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. I just put it on a conference table. So imagine this is a conference table. We have a CEO, then we have a finance, HR, supply chain, procurement. We have a customer service person, sales and marketing, and industry specific. Now you tell me, as a commerce person, or you know, if you're coming from the business MBA person, right? Where are you? Yeah, you would be everywhere, isn't it? You could be, if you have taken finance, then you could be in the finance. If you're a CA or CS, or maybe, you know, even a BCom or MCom, yeah, ICW, whatever, you would be in the finance. Yeah. So if you have taken HR as a specialization, you could be in the HR. you could be in supply chain, you could be in procurement. So you could be anywhere, and all these departments would have massive data of their own. Finance will have budget, finance will have goals for the next years or whatever years coming up. HR will have all the data about the employees, and they would have different pain areas which they need to solve. It could be, you know, there are competitor companies, and people are, you know, the employees are leaving, so they want to make sure that they make some good strategies, some good bonuses, or some good things for their employees so that people don't leave. Yeah, so employee retention is one challenge for HR. Apart from that, making people happy, you know, and making sure that they are happy with their managers and their work environment, and there is a work-life balance out there. There are so many challenges that this alone HR had, that, you know, that can be solved using data analytics. So I can talk about every one of this. Yeah, and I'm going to talk specifically on marketing and sales, because I know finance, of course, and I'm talking about any corporate company, right? I'm not even talking about banks. If you prefer to go into the banking BFSI domain, there are different level of challenges and different level of business problems that can be solved using business analytics or data analytics. All right. So across the businesses, across the functions, you can see we have a marketing function, sales function, services, finance, operations, workforce, and I'll give you some examples of what different things, you know, under analytics that can be done. So we have product recommendation, customer insights, marketing optimization, as I just said, market model mixing, personalization, churn analytics, right? Who is going, what customers are coming, what customers are going, product innovation, that all come under marketing, where analytics can be used. Sales insight, what is happening right now, lead scoring. For my business, I got 100 new customers, and out of that, I could convert only 10 customers, right? Now, why that has happened? Why only 10 customers have finally bought from me? Think about a shop, think about a mall. You are just going inside a shop, watching everything in the shop, going every corner, but coming out empty-handed. So you have not bought anything, right? Which means the lead, you were a lead, right, for that shop, and it has gone empty. It has not converted. Yeah, so that's the job where they need to understand why. Is it because you did not like anything? Was it a quality issue? Is it because there was no one to help you? Is it because it was overpriced? Yeah. Or is it because the customer itself was not interested, just there was just for some time pass, right? Passing the time. Yeah. So you need to understand your customer. You need to have some data. You need to observe, get the data, analyze, and then get some, you know, meaningful insights out of that. When it comes to services, we have renewals, payments, waiting line optimization. Again, the personalization will come into picture. The services, right? When I talk about services, it could be online service, offline service. It could be a, you know, think about banking. Yeah. So when you call to the customer service executive, yeah, and typically, you know that, you know, if you call a particular bank, they would put you on hold for 10 seconds, 45 seconds, up to 45 minutes. Yeah, so there is a waiting line optimization that needs to be done. So renewals, you need to give reminders to your customers about certain renewals. If you don't give any reminders to your customers, customer forgets, it's your loss than the customer's loss. Yeah, because you are going to lose the business out there. When it comes to finance, I've already spoken about the planning, budgeting, cash flow forecasting, even the fraud management, risk management. So you know about this credit risk, right? So we have this, there is an equal weightage, or sorry, the whatever weightage to be given for the evidences, how the credit score happens. If you are aware of that, the RFM, the recency frequency monetary analysis of the products, that all those things are very important out here. When it comes to operations, demand forecasting, inventory optimization, I have already spoken about fraud prevention and predictive maintenance, operational efficiency. These are the places where you need to know how the operations are running, and with the data analytics, you can help them run smoother. When it comes to workforce, I already spoken about HR insights. You can also think about resource planning. You should have enough resource for work. Nobody should be overburdened or overworking, or shift scheduling. If you have a shift, then how many people should be in what shifts and so on. Yeah, so these are all very, very important, aspects where analytics can be used. So now I'll just show you one example of marketing analytics. So I'm just going to go through this. Okay, so the site that I'm going to show you right now, it is actually an application built by my company, Data Science Lab Consulting Private Limited. This is actually a demo application. The actual application that was built for the client, I cannot show you, of course, that. This was done for an e-commerce company, a B2B client. And they said that they have more than, like, say, they have, say, for an example here, 2,000 customers, 9,000 plus products, and they wanted a prediction of what customers would buy next month. Okay, so we have given them the prediction, but before that, we also did this analysis, which is called as RFM, or recency frequency monetary analysis. Okay. So you can see this was a good insight for them. So say you have 2,000, they said that, okay, we want to know what all our 2,000 customers are going to buy. That was their first statement. We said, okay, hold on. Not all your 2,000 customers are going to buy. Why? Because there are 484 customers who are inactive. There are 730 customers who are active from previous, and there are 786 customers who are new, and we do not know what they will do, right? The new customers could be one-time buyer. The new customers could be coming after quarter, or after 6 months, or they could be monthly buyers also. We have no idea about them. What we know about is, we know about this 730 active customers, right? Then we also said, okay, let's understand who are your frequent and profitable customers who have bought a lot of things from you. So we saw how many are frequent profitable customers, how many are profitable and new and active, how many are profitable but they are inactive, right? They have not bought since last 2 years from you. What do we do with such customers? Well, we need to win them back, isn't it? Understand why they did not come back to you. Understand whether you can give some discounts to them, and that will make them happy and come back to you, right? Was it a quality issue or was it a money, right? So understand, focus on these customers and get back to them, because they are profitable. If they are just inactive, they are non-profitable customers. Now you can see here, there are some active customers, but they are non-profitable. They just buy, $1, $2, or very, very less. I mean, of course, it's all customers are good for you. But when it comes to heavy discounts, you may not give heavy discounts to these guys, because they are anyway not buying much things from you, right? Or maybe you can have a different strategy. You want them to buy certain things which they have seen, they have visited, and they have not bought. So go back to them for those certain things and give discounts only for those things, right? So there are multiple strategies. I'm just telling you very quickly few strategies which can be helpful, for the business to run. There are 9,000 plus products, but how many products are not moving at all? So they found that, out of that, 627 are not moving. Out of 9,000 something, around 7,000 plus products are new, right? So again, when you introduce new products, you don't have much history of that product. So specifically only 1,000 plus, products are moving products. And then there are profitable, non-profitable moving, profitable, non-moving products, and so far. So we gave all the, demography of what the data is all about. Then also the prediction. So for this particular customer, what that customer has bought from you so far, what that customer is going to buy next month, and what will remain in the basket. So this is also very nice analysis to tell, what is really happening. When it comes to different industries, there are different industries, and probably you are more familiar, probably, you might have think about mostly the finance industry, where you might want to work. But believe me, finance is everywhere, HR is everywhere, right? And it's not just HR and the marketing and sales department, but every industry have some problems which can be solved using analytics. And also believe me that a problem that you would try to solve for insurance company, something called as loss reservoir. If you know about this concept, the loss reservoir means for insurance industry, the loss reservoir means reserve for the losses. Say for an example, you have certain policy premium coming for this month, then there are certain policy claims that will happen. And typically policy premiums are very small numbers, but policy claims, I mean, just think about if you know about a insurance policy, think about an insurance policy that you have, right? Or your parents have. So you might have taken an insurance policy of say 1 lakh for an example, and you are paying say 1,000 for that as a policy premium. But when you claim, you are going to claim 1 lakh for that, right? So if a company is getting customers' premiums collected versus they are getting the claims collected, the claims are 10 times more value, right? Sometimes more than that, because again, premiums are paid in different styles, monthly, quarterly, yearly, etc. So insurance companies need to keep some money out, for the losses, for this, the claims that they would need to pay back. Yeah, they cannot take all the money and invest in the money instruments, which typically they do. So that is a loss reservoir. This exact concept is used in casinos, right? In casinos, it is different. There is a different kind of a loss reservoir, isn't it? Say for an example, it's Wednesday afternoon and you are entering in a casino and you won a jackpot. What will happen to the casino? Because it's Wednesday afternoon, there are not many people who are playing in the casino. So they have not got the cash from their customers, but somebody won a jackpot, right? Which is 10 times or 100 times of whatever your entrance fee, even if there is an entrance fee, or whatever money you have lost so far, or some people have lost so far. So they have to pay from their pocket, right? So that is where analytics can be used. So you see, I gave you an example of loss reservoir from insurance and from casino. So similarly, we can have examples from any industry to any other industry where analytics can be used. And the technique behind that is same. What is different is how the different factors contribute. Yeah, how the different factors contribute to these businesses. So if you want to enter into this field, what you should be doing? You should first understand analytics is a mindset. First, you should have that thinking, you should be thinking, you should be planning for the evidences from the data. So you have to first become a data detective, right? Just like a detective, you have to gather evidences. Yeah. So it's like this, journey. So you have to first understand the problem statement. What is a problem statement that you can solve? What is the problem statement that you need to solve? What could be the plan of action? What is the data that is available? What are the analysis that you can do? And what are the insights or the inferences that you can draw? So when it comes to problem statement, you have to understand the question that you are trying to solve. Understand the methodology to answer that question. What is the question? The question can be, simple as the sales director says, I want to increase sale. I don't know. That's your problem. You find out. You go figure out. Tell me, how can I increase the sale for next month? So you have to understand, okay, you have to increase the sale for next month. What all you have? You have people, you have salespeople, understand their performance, you have your product or service, understand how it is doing in the market, what is your competitor doing, are there any competitors, right? Are there any cannibalization happening from your end? That means you also have another shop of your own side, at the side. So that's also possible that it is eating your business, right? So you need to understand the question, have a proper plan of action, what data needs to be collected, what are the measures, how to measure, what is the data that needs to be there, is the data clean, do you have all good data, or do you have a dummy data, do you have a fake data, right? So be aware of that. Do you have a data which is solid, which can be used for analysis? Can we calculate something to make the data right for the analysis? And then you analyze the data, you explore, detect patterns, visualize the data, and so on. And then finally make the decision, interpret the results, make the decisions, or help your decision makers to take the decisions and present that data. And when I say present, it more on the data visualization part. And as I said that previously also, as a commerce graduate, it would be good to start there, right? So data visualization has a very well demand in the market, and there are tools which you can learn and actually start your journey from there. So this is what is required for a data investigator. So you have to become a data, detective. I will actually skip these slides because I'm also looking at the time. But these are some of the BFSI use cases. I'll just mention those. So we have customer analytics, financial modeling, risk fraud detection, threat detection, credit analytics, marketing analytics. Then we have something in the media and entertainment use cases where the sentiment analysis can be done. You might have heard this word probably. What is sentiment analysis? People are saying good about your business, bad about your business, in short, right? So you want to know what is the rating, yeah? How do you prevent customers from going and joining some other brand? What can you recommend? So when you go to Spotify will recommend you some songs, and Spotify also want to win you back, right? So they don't want you to go to Gaana.com or some other.com, right? So they want you as your customer. So there are recommendations, there are some feel good factors for the customers that they create. There are many retail use cases. How do you design your store? What should be placed next to each other, right? If you know that people will buy bread and butter or bread and eggs, do you keep them side by side, or do you make sure that they are not side by side and some more things in between? And keep something in between so that people say they pick up bread and they want to pick up eggs, and while going from bread counter to yeah, thanks. Yeah, so I was talking about the store design and placement. So what I was saying that, when you keep something at one side, say you kept a bread at one counter and there is eggs on another counter. So while going from bread counter to eggs counter, you might might see some more things out there which are on discount. So you pick those up, right? So that is where analytics can be used. I just gave you examples only on couple of industries, but as I said that there are many industries where analytics can be used. What you should be learning, number one, is learn at least the basic statistics. I'm not saying that learn advanced statistics. Yes, you can learn. You may learn advanced statistics and full-fledged your career into data science, right? Which is like next step. But at least as a finance person or coming from commerce background or management background, you should know at least basic statistics. You should know Excel very well. Learn all the shortcuts of Excel. Yeah, it's a wonderful tool. Yeah, You may also learn SQL. SQL is kind of, you need to play with the database and get the data from the databases. Not all companies will have data in Excel. They might have data in their some databases like Oracle or MySQL, or there are many databases, Access database, right? So you should be learning the SQL programming, which is very simple programming language. But as I said, you should learn at least these two things. And the next thing that I would recommend is Power BI. Power BI, just think of it as an extension of Excel, where you can clean your data, you can pick up the data and draw beautiful visualizations. When I say visualization, I'll also show you some examples shortly. There is also another tool called as Tableau, which is also useful for visualization, but it is a paid tool. There is also public tool available for learning, but otherwise it's a paid tool, and again it depends on organizations to organizations. Power BI is free. There are again certain limitations in terms of the usage, but as a student, no problem, you can use it. And even small companies, they use directly Power BI or Power BI Pro, which is not expensive at all. RStudio, Python, these are programming languages. In case you want to advance yourself in this journey, then you should do a lot of solid statistics and mathematics and then learn the programming language. Don't just rush to learn the programming languages. It will not take you anywhere if you just learn programming language and do nothing about it, right? If you want to enter into this, if you want to become a programmer, if you want to change your profile to a coder or a programmer, you can do that, no doubt. But in that case, you need to then focus completely on the programming skills. Then also IBM Watson. IBM Watson is a very good tool. It's a point and click tool. Right from data visualization, you also have a lot of AI and machine learning modeling that can be done out there. And it's a point and click, so you don't have to really write programming as such. Apart from that, there are SAS, but it is expensive tool. So unless and until wherever you join, and typically if you go to a financial institutes, financial companies like banks and so on, they would have the license of SAS, and then you can learn SAS out there. SAS, you don't need to learn a programming language right now. There is a programming facility, and there is also point and click tool, but you can also, learn the point and click tool, which is useful. So just a moment. Yeah. I'll just, since we are talking, I'll just show you some examples of, okay, I'll just show you some pictures, because if I try to open all in the Power BI, it will take some time. But this is a power plant monitoring data visualization. You can create such beautiful visualization, and you can see that it can help to understand what is happening, right? How much capacity, what energy is generated, return on investment by location, and what is the temperature and so on. So I have many such examples. Okay, I'll just show you some other. Construction. Yeah, this is a construction dashboard, construction project monitoring dashboard. You can see how much is the budget, what is the project duration, and so on. So this can also be, created. There is some data analysis that is required. You need to understand the data. You need to calculate measures like, sum, average, minimum, maximum, percentages, yeah, and also grouping averages and so on. I'll just also show you one example, store performance dashboard. Okay, so right now I'm opening a Power BI file. So it takes some time. You can see it is running. That's why I did not open all the Power BI files. Okay, till the time that is opening. Okay, yeah, it is open. It will take some while. All right, till it opening, I'll just show you some other So you can see this is oil and gas well summary, and again another beautiful visualization. Apart from bar chart and pie chart, there are many other charts also which gives justice to the information that we want to share. Yeah, this is called as a tree map, and this shows that there are more active wells than other type of wells. And here also we can see the pie chart shows the distribution and also what type of purposes the wells are there. So it's like two things in one diagram. Yeah, so I was coming here. This is a store performance dashboard that is done in Power BI. And you can see there are total buyers, how many people are there, how many buyers are there. So there are visitors and there are buyers, right? So not everybody who visits your shop buys. Yeah, so you can see that over here. We can see the gross profit, net sales, and so on. So this is the skill that I would strongly recommend for you to start your journey into data analytics. Just don't start with some coding. You would get frustrated if you don't like it. If you like it, just go ahead. But let me tell you, first thing is always learning at least basic statistics, learning how to deal with the data, typically in Excel, because many companies do still use Excel and it's not going anywhere. It's a beautiful tool for analyzing the data and also creating nice dashboards that you just saw. You can also create some type of dashboards also in Excel. If you want to enhance yourself, go for Power BI, and then you can also learn SQL if you want to get data from other sources, or learn there are a lot of analysis that can also be done using SQL, and then the other things. Okay, now before I close, let me tell you about Florence Nightingale, and I'm sure she would inspire you. Florence Nightingale actually was a nurse, right? She's a founder of modern nursing. So during the Crimean War, she found that more soldiers are dying because the unsanitary conditions rather than actually wounds in the war. So she collected that data. She made the charts out of it. She made the bar chart and pie chart. And then she presented to the management and said, look, this is what we are doing. We are not keeping things clean. The bed sheets are bad. There are bed bugs, and those bed bugs are making the wounds, go deep than, the actual wounds that they got in the war. So she actually collected the data and she presented, and that is how she used statistics. So statistics, analytics is not only for people from science. It is not only for people from a particular background. It is for everyone, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are a doctor, whether you are, engineer, or whoever you are, you can use the data and get insights from the data. So I thought of, talking about her because she actually had statistics in action. And that's why people know her as a statistician. And also, of course, coming from the nursing background, she was a founder of modern nursing. So here I would like to close this session, and I would welcome questions from your side. Let me tell you, the future belongs to all of you. So just make best, I guess your college is also going to offer some nice courses. So just, try to go for that. Try to understand this particular beautiful, stream that we have, where you can actually make your career better. Thank you everyone for listening, and I'm here open for the questions.
Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot. It was such a wonderful and insightful lecture that I'm sure that students have got new field or new light totally to the new opportunities. So we are really thankful. Before we start this session, I would like to have a Kodak moment. So I request everybody to, ma'am, can you just, yeah. So students, can you just put on your camera so we can take a photograph of the event? Put on your cameras, camera on karo. Students, please try to put on your cameras so that we can take a photograph immediately. Just a minute. Yeah, try to put on your cameras. Just a minute. If possible. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so that is done. So just a minute, let me take it again. Some students are making their cameras on. Okay, so we have captured Kodak moment. Okay, students, now we have 5 minutes now to for your question answers. Anybody wants to ask any question? Please ask. Madam is there. Quickly, you can put your questions in chat box also. Yeah. If you want, you can put your questions in chat box. Okay, one more information. We have put feedback link of the lecture in your chat box. So everybody who have attended the lecture has to fill up the feedback form. And those who are interested in joining the course, they also can join the WhatsApp group. So that link is also shared in chat box. So students, please, if you don't have any question, can we go to the next session? Next session, that means next proceeding of the event. Okay, madam, I think you have given such a nice explanation, and I am sure that students have started thinking about it. Because as I have already told you, and all our students are from commerce background, they are all listening. I know that I'm teaching in this college to all this BMS, banking, insurance, account finance, commerce students from last 14 years. And they are very much enthusiastic to learn new things. But what we should do, we should only convey the matter in the best possible way to them. And once we are successful in that, they will definitely respond us a lot. And I'm 100% sure that you are 100% successful in doing so. So आपने already students को interest उनका बढ़ाया है इसमें. So they have started thinking, and they will definitely enroll the course. So I'm very much sure about that. Students, in the era of multidisciplinary skill sets, now we are learning these words again and again in new education policy or in the job era or in job field also. In the this multidisciplinary skill sets, that means you must have diversified skills and expertise. So whatever may be your specialization, don't think that कि ये सब science का काम है, science के लोगों का काम है. You might have students, please do not get afraid, or madam has specifically mentioned many times that this is all related to commerce and business. Okay, so commerce students, as a management student, you will be definitely enjoying this, and you will definitely successfully can complete all these courses. You can join this. So if you, whatever may be your specialization, if you have data analytics course completed or data analytics expert tag with you, your CV will be definitely will be having good weightage, which will help you to enter in the world and you can become an entrepreneur. So this will be a strong tool which will help you to stand firm in the area of business. Okay, so I think there are no questions now. So can we go ahead? Okay, I thanks a lot, madam. It was a great session. I request my teacher colleague, Urmila madam, to propose official vote of thanks. Over to you, Urmila madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to all. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks for a guest lecture based on applications and importance of data analytics in commerce and business. First and foremost, I thank our guest speaker, founder of Data Science Lab, Ms. Preeti Randive Pandu, for gracing this occasion and sharing her knowledge with our students. regarding how data analytics has a broader scope in all major functions like marketing, sales, finance, HR, supply chain management of different industry, and how it helps in decision making, and also showing different tools. So I thank you, ma'am, for your expertise, insights on this topic. I express my gratitude towards VPM's management. I would like to thank our supportive and beloved principal, Dr. Suchitra Enai. My heartfelt gratitude towards Vice Principal Dr. Tokekar Madam, Dr. Mahesh Patel Sir, and Subhash Shinde Sir. I am grateful to BMS Coordinator Professor Nitin Pagi Sir for his support and guidance. I also thank all coordinators of self-financing courses and teacher colleagues for their valuable contribution by encouraging students to join this program. I thank Professor Aditi Padgaonkar Madam and Mahesh Dudbate Sir for their technical support. Last but not the least, I thank all my students for active participation and making this event a resounding success. Once again, thank you all. One announcement for you all, that WhatsApp group link and feedback form link is posted in the chat box. So make sure you give your feedback for the program, and also interested students can join the WhatsApp group for further information related to the course. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Preeti madam. Thanks a lot. It was a great success, and it was a long awaiting lecture actually. So I now ask students, they can leave the meeting. I officially announce the lecture has ended.
Thank you, Preeti madam.
Thank you.